What's up, my fine apples? Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a video where I try on a bunch of new makeup, also some makeup products I only tried once in a video, and I wanted to give it more love because now I've tried it out within the week and it definitely deserves the shout outs. Also, I'm excited because I am collaborating today with LA Girl and I am so excited to show you a brand new product launch, and it launched exactly today on Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, happy Galentine's Day, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. But the main point is today, LA Girl launched 4 new beautiful palettes and I'm so excited. I feel very honored that I was able to play with the palettes, see them beforehand, and you guys are gonna be very, very happy. Okay guys, so let's get into these beautiful palettes. Like I said, there are 4 different palettes that launched with LA Girl. They are already available on their main website and also Ulta. So in case you guys shop at Ulta, they are available there. They are priced so good. And you guys know I'm all about finding affordable deals and makeup brands that perform like high-end brands, and this is where it's at. The retail for these palettes are only going to be $10.99, which I think is a steal. Let's start off with the palette that I used today, and this is the Get Feverish palette. Now it doesn't come like this, it also comes with this little slip right here. So this is what the packaging will look like, and then here is the packaging itself. I really like it because it's nice and sleek. It doesn't feel cheap at all, and I love that. I'm really big on packaging. I like the product to be affordable, but I don't want the packaging to kind of take like a hit, and this did not. It feels really nice and sturdy, and I love anything that's nice and slim. Bulky packaging is just a turn off to me sometimes just because it's not convenient to add to my collection. It takes up space, easy to travel, and I love this. And also it comes with a really nice big mirror. I love how there's like no trim around here. I don't know if you guys are like sticklers when it comes to it, but I don't like it when there's like a border around like a frame. It's like, no, just give me the full mirror. So I love that there's a nice large mirror. The shades in here, once I saw this one, I was like, this is the one I'm gonna use. And the look that I made today, I'm obsessed with, but they're super silky, really nice and pigmented, so easy to blend. When I tell you guys it's easy to blend, super user friendly, very, very pigmented as well. So they do have a mixture of matte, satins, and some shimmers, but mainly mattes and satins in each palette. So next palette we're gonna go into is Surreal Dream. Now this palette is just so beautiful because I love the mixture of colors, different just shades of green and the blue and the corals to warm it up, just like very earthy, just angelic tones, and I absolutely love the first 2 icy shades. Those are gonna be so beautiful to pop in the inner corner, the brow bone highlight. You can even use it to like highlight your cheek if you wanted to add some dimension around that area. Next up, we're gonna go over the Wonderlust palette. Now this palette is also stunning because it has like super fun, bright colors, but then it has like those beautiful like corals and warm shades, but then also these nice like more neutral shades. So I think this palette is super cool because I can see you wearing like a really natural looking look, and then you can add a pop of color, or if you want something like super colorful, then you can do that as well. You can get really creative with each palette, and that's one thing I do love. And then for the very last palette is going to be the Nudist palette. Now this is going to be your go-to everyday palette. You want a nice, simple, clean, basic look. This is going to be it. If you want to add in some nice neutral tones, it's nice and warm. There's some mattes, there's some shimmers. You can go super just classic and matte, or you can just like build up a little bit more smokiness for maybe later on that you want to add onto your eye. I don't know, I just feel with like all of these palettes are able to create really nice, simple, casual looks to really glam looks to colorful looks. You can just get like really creative with all the palettes, and it was kind of hard to kind of pick because you guys know I am more into color. I haven't really done like a gold, like smoky eye like this in a while, and I thought, you know what, let's go back to this, let's try this out, and I am so happy with how it turned out. Super, super pigmented, and you guys are gonna love these palettes. So I'm gonna make sure I link everything down below so you guys can go check it out. But again, palettes are freaking bomb. Only $10.99, available now. I'll link everything down below. You can thank me later. Also, these eyeshadows are FDA approved and they are not pressed pigments. They're just some really nice saturated eyeshadows with a lot of pigment, but they're not going to stain your eyes, so that's always a plus. Because who wants stained eyeballs? All right, guys, so now that we went over all the palettes, now let's get into the whole entire look that I created right now. I'm obsessed. I am super, super happy how it turned out, so now let's get into that. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the main palette I'm going to be using today is the Feverish palette, except I'm going to be dipping into the Nudist palette because I want to hit this cream right here just so I could set my base. I'm just going to take that on a flat shader and then just place that all over my base. So next up, I'm going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to blow it into my crease. I love how the shadows don't have any kickback, so you're not going to get any fallout all over the palette. Like even when you're dipping in, it's really good. So as you can see, these are very pigmented. They blow out really, really nice, and they are pigmented, but even if you do end up placing like a little bit too much on your brush, they blend out super easy. Next, I'm going to bring this shade right here, and I'm going to bring that right below my blown out crease right here. See how easily that blended out? It's like I barely touched it and it's already blending out. See, so you have like a gradient from like that warm orangey brown down into like this kind of like mauvey burgundy. You guys, I'm terrible at describing shades. Sometimes I'm like editing a video and I'm just thinking, I know what that shade was. Why would I call it that? I'm loving these shadows. So easy to blend out. Look how it's just like, whew. So before I started this video, did you know I was contemplating on doing a natural look? I'm just going to take my concealer and I'm going to start doing a cut crease. There's always that silence where we're just praying to the cut crease gods, like just make them both even, please. So this time I'm not going for a higher one. I'm kind of going into like the shape of my eye more like an almond. Usually I kind of round it out a little bit more. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm doing the Brad style challenge. I'm pretty sure that's even enough. It's like one of those things you don't want to keep going because then it just gets out of control. I was kind of debating if I was going to go into like this lighter golden champagne or if I just want to go straight into like this more bronzy gold, but I'm just going to go for the bronzy gold. Ooh, look at that. We're going to go out to the outer V. I'm going to go into this burgundy shade one more time. And I want to blend these two shades together so that there's a nice gradient so it doesn't just go gold and then I'm actually going to add a little bit of this purple shade too. So I'm going to mix both of these. And from right here, just like a blending game. You're just going to blend the two together back and forth until you get like a soft gradient. So next I'm just going to take the Maybelline gel liner and I'm going to line my eyes and do a wing. Sorry, those are probably like the smallest wings I've done all week long, so I had to document it. Try out the Essence Lash Princess. I have not tried this out yet, and I feel like everybody and their cousin's cousin has, and they all love it. Essence sent me this, and they sent me all their mascaras, and there was a couple Lash Princesses, which I didn't even know. I thought there was just one, and once I showed it on my Instagram, everybody was saying the green one, the green one, the green one, so I'm going to try it out. I'm going to be using false lashes, but I just want to see how this is gonna look on my eyes because I'm just so curious what everybody's always saying because everybody always raves about it, and I know like mascara is so personal. This mascara is kind of getting clumpy right away. Whoa, I think because it is so wet. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try this without liner and all that because I can't really tell. Okay, I'm just gonna place on my lashes. They're not affordable, but they're really pretty. They're the Coco 9 to 5. I mean, they are pretty affordable compared to other ones. I think they're $7.95 compared to like mink lashes that are super expensive. This is what the eyes are looking like so far. I'm going to go ahead and smoke out the bottom lash line and all that in a little. And then also, you guys know I love a highlighted inner corner. Debating if I'm going to do that just because, I don't know, it's just my thing. But we're going to move on to face and we'll finish the eyes in a bit. I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Prime. I don't have a new primer. Let me know down below if you guys have found the e.l.f. Putty Primer. That's what I wanted for the video and I couldn't find it. So I think I'm just going to end up having to order it. I guess it's just so popular and everybody's just, I don't know, getting it. And that's why I can't find it. I literally like looked and I'm just like, hello, where are you? I'm going to go to a new foundation. I just did a full CoverGirl video. I uploaded that video so late and it didn't like pop on people's feeds early. And unfortunately that kind of sucks. It's because I had food poisoning. The worst food poisoning, but I wanted to give this another shout out because I've been testing it already this whole week and it is so freaking good. Matte Ambition, so long wearing. Now this may look light on me right now, but this foundation does oxidize, so go check out that video and you'll see I kind of had some trouble finding my shade, but this one has been working out perfectly. So there's one layer of the foundation and I think the coverage is really good because with the sponge, usually it doesn't give like the best coverage with a lot of foundations, and that's just, you know, how it happens because it's not as dense, it's a little bit damp, it's kind of, you know, spreading out the product a little bit differently as opposed to a brush, and the coverage is so good. Like this foundation lasted so long. I used it all day at Disneyland and I was just in shock how good it looked. At the end of the night, I didn't even have to blot. My oils barely came out, but my skin didn't look like super dull. It has like a nice satin finish, which I love. and I'm obsessed with this foundation. I think it is so good. So I definitely wanted to give it a shout out. So next we're going to go on to some highlights. Now I usually don't do this, but I wanted to try out some liquid highlighters from Makeup Revolution. Now I have the shades Rose Gold and also Liquid Luminous Gold. And that's why I wanted to use the Get Feverish palette, just because I felt like this just went together and it would vibe good. Here is what Rose Gold, and then this one is gold. The gold kind of looks like a champagne actually. See? And then here's the Rose Gold. And then this is what they are mixed together, which I kind of like that. Since I have that, let's just place this mixture up at my cheekbones, another side of my 3D HD sponge, just kind of blend that out. I just wanted to try liquid just because I haven't used liquid highlighters in a while. It is very faint, but I kind of like that. So I'm wondering if I should just go into my concealer powder and then kind of blend it out on top. I think that's what I'm going to do, because I thought they might have been like really intense, kind of like the Cover FX ones, because those are just like, whoa, like there's no going back. Once you place it on your skin, you have to commit. And this, it seems like it'll be easy to work with. So I'm just going to go into concealer. Before we move on, you see how the foundation did oxidize. So oxidized to exactly my shade. And again, my shade is light golden. So for concealer, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal True Match. I am a big time fan of this. I think the coverage is really good. Applicator is not my favorite. I used this one other time in another video, but I had to give it a shout out because it's so nice and light underneath the eyes, and it doesn't crease on me. And I'm going to place a little bit of light just so we can kind of brighten this concealer up a bit. I probably should have just used light. It's okay, we'll go for like a natural under eye. Natural. I love the Maybelline Fit Me, but I think that this one is actually like a step up from it. It has a little bit thicker of a consistency, but nothing where it's going to crease. And that's why I love the Fit Me, because it never creases on me and it feels super lightweight. But this one is so good when you just want a little notch up above. Okay, so I wish it was a little bit brighter, but I totally found a solution. I've been wanting to bust this out again and get my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This is still affordable because this is a mini size. And with a mini size, you still get a lot of product. It's been in my collection. I brought it out because I'm just like, do I like this? I don't remember. So we're going to find out today. And plus I wanted this area a little bit brighter. I actually can add a little bit more just because it is so finely milled. That actually really worked. And look how much it blurred my under eyes. It's like, whew, Facetune. Now I'm going to go back into the Get Feverish palette, and I'm going to take this plum shade. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm going to bring that on the lower lash line. And I want to bring this because when you bring these kind of tones together, they look really pretty, especially like on brown eyes. It'll make them pop. So now I just want my brush, and I'm going to go into this first shade right here, and I want to use this to highlight my inner corner. I thought I wasn't going to do it, you guys. No, I love popping in something in my corner. Just opens up the eye. Just looks really pretty. All right, guys, so I'm pretty sure we're set with the eyes. All I have to do is just slam on some bottom mascara. I'm really curious to try the Princess Lash Mascara on my bottom lash line. Yeah, this mascara is so wet. I rarely hear people say that they love wet mascaras, and I am a wet mascara lover, but this one is super wet where I'm kind of nervous. But it looks good so far. I'm just gonna have to play with it when I don't have shadow. So next I'm gonna set my face with my powder. I am using the new Matte Ambition powder. I absolutely love it. It gives like a really soft focus blurring effect. And I am in the shade Light Neutral, again with the light, because remember this range is for medium to deeper skin tones. So I'm gonna set my face all around. It looks very light, but it actually matches me once like I place my bronzer and all of that. Like look, it just gives like a whole blurring effect. Look at that. It's so smooth. It seriously is like a filter. I'm like in shock from it. They did come out with a whole range of shades, and since I had some darker shades, I was like, hey, let me kind of pick a warmer one. Let's try it out. And I'm going to use this one to warm up my face. The shade Medium Tan. Now I do have to have a light hand with this because the other day I kind of gave myself like this weird bronzer helmet head. And I personally just like warmer bronzers, so that's why I'm picking a more warm one because I know it looks very warm. But I was kind of going for like a Max Give Me Sun. But since this is a powder, foundation, it blends into the skin very softly, and it just gives the most beautiful soft focus finish, just like the all over set. Okay, so next up I'm going to try out this Almay blush. Now this is in the shade Coral. I have used some of their products before, and I think their blushes are done really nicely. I have never used this shade before. This is completely brand new. Look at that. I love it with the stars. And we're just going to try this because it looks like there's an illuminator on each side. I just want something with like a soft flush. This might be a little bit too light though. Let's see. Because I kind of want to get like that middle shade. The glow is very, very subtle. I like that because sometimes like some glowy blushes are a little bit too glowy. And I don't want my whole entire cheek like, because then it just, I don't know, I feel like it makes my cheeks look even bigger. I don't think I'm going to end up using those liquid illuminators just because they just seem a little bit too natural. And I don't know, I think I just want to end up going with a powder just because that's what I love. Now I showed these in the video as well, except some of the shades like the blushes, obviously I can't use, but their highlights from CoverGirl are amazing with these new palettes. Like look at that. So I'm just like very curious to dip into this palette because this is one of the darker ones and I didn't use this in the video. And I want to try this out. They're very intense, FYI. So that's why I went in very cautiously. Now I kind of want to combine a little bit of this shade just to bring in that bronze. So it kind of ties in with the eye because I think that'll look so pretty, especially with like the lid shade. Ooh, that right there. That did it. That combo. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love it. I kind of feel like I picked too pink of a blush or coral of a blush, but it's okay. Barely tapping my skin. Barely, because it is that serious, you guys. I'm just going to stroke that down. Blend it out. Just going to bring some above here. I think that looks so pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I think it just tied in everything with like the inner corner highlight to the lid shade with the cheek. I think it looks so pretty. I'm obsessed with this look. Now I'm going to try an Ardell lipstick, and this one's called Ultra Opaque, and this one is in the shade Buff It Up. I feel like I need to like exfoliate my lips. Totally forgot I wanted to try LA Girl's lip scrub because I feel like I need it. I need some hydration and exfoliation in my life. No true smell, it's just like clear. And I'm pretty sure this is just like a regular sugar scrub, and I need this. Oh, you can't really smell it, but you can taste it, and it's like a citrus scent. And you guys know that's like my favorite. It's almost like a lemon lime. Sweet lip scrub. It tastes sweet, but to me it tastes like a sweet citrus. Almost like 7-Up. Gosh, my lips are like thanking me right now. That felt so good. Okay, so now I'm glad I prepped my lips because for it to be opaque, it looks pretty matte. And I figured this color would look really pretty. So let's just do a swatch. Oh yeah, that's a more drier lipstick, but that's a really pretty color. I can't tell if it's gonna agree with my lips or not. It's pretty dry. It's like... Okay, one thing I'll say is I'm a big time fan of this shade, but the formula is probably like the one product I don't really like from today. I'm one of those people like when I like a shade, what I'll do is I'll just take like a lip balm. Let's get a pineapple one. And then I'll just place that over. And then I'm good to go. Now it feels good and I love the shade. I wanted to try out this lip gloss for such a long time, and this is the e.l.f. Modern Metals lip gloss in the shade. It doesn't say, it just gives me a bunch of numbers. Okay, well it's their gold shade. There's no true scent. Shimmer. Nothing like crazy, you know. Oh, but I see it. Do I like that? Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like the matte look, and I also like the gloss. I like them both. Essence came out with Glow to Go Illuminating Setting Spray. So let's see what this baby looks like because I am already glowing. Oh, I'm spraying it. Kind of has like a shimmer and it smells like baby powder. Let's just try it. Kind of got like a lot of droplets. All right, well, it doesn't look bad, but I can see like on my skin, very, very, very fine micro shimmer, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I like it. That's what the whole point is, right? To glow. We definitely went for a glowy look today, didn't we? So obviously I went ahead and just like fixed my hair because I felt like it looked so crazy, but now I look a little normal. All right, guys, well, here's my final look. What do you guys think? I absolutely love it. All right, guys, well, that is going to be it for today's video. I am very happy with how the look turned out. I always feel like I'm in that middle stage of, wow, this looks really ugly, but then it ends up turning out really beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm like obsessed. I feel like I definitely, well, obviously I'm going to be taking some selfies, but when I make a mental note of this is like going to be one of my go-to looks. All right, guys, well, I'm going to get going. I'm going to link everything down below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Subscribe to my channel, become a part of the Fine Apple tribe, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Mwah! Whoop, whoop.
Here we go, it's all about you, it's all about me, it's all about what we do. Making art, you and me, trying to find something to believe.